You're going to be a regular visitor, aren't you, to these? And because she's going to tell you about her own experience. Thank you, Pam.
Okay. Hi, everybody. I'm here today, really, not to give you any boring facts and figures about dementia, because we've already heard that. As you can imagine, where do I start? Well, it started for me in 2006. I was 54 years old. I'd arrived back at Manchester Airport after having a nice holiday, which I can't remember. That I had a massive heart attack, and actually arrested at Manchester Airport. What I've been told since, I was resuscitated and I was left in a coma. I woke up 2 weeks after this, very frightened, scared, didn't know what had happened to me or anything, and believe you me, it was frightening. Since then, I had 3 other heart attacks and a bypass, and it seems that my body started to break down after this, and after my bypass, my husband and I recognised that I was forgetting things, I was going to places that I didn't recognise, and I thought, oh, there's a problem here. So I went along to the doctor. He said he would refer me to the memory clinic, but they might not see me because of my age. That floored me, actually, because age shouldn't come into it. I was 54 and it was frightening, but in 2010, I think, yeah, I was diagnosed with vascular dementia. I could have screamed at this point. I had so many medical problems, and I thought, my God, what else have I got to go through? I just wanted to die, basically. I didn't want to live anymore. I know that sounds quite dramatic, but it's how I really felt. But a while after this, I was approached by Lancashire Care Foundation Trust asking if I wanted to do a meet and greet volunteer post, which I've now been doing for 5 years. I also volunteer with the mental health team at Lancaster, the Orchard in Lancaster. Since then, I'm blowing my own trumpet now, but I had to get dementia to become famous. I won actually an award for volunteer excellence, which I was very proud of. I did an MVQ course in volunteering and a mentoring course, so I'm a mentor now as well. I do a lot of talks at conferences, trying, if I can help one person, then I think that's a good thing. But I think also I try to push for a thing called post-diagnostic courses. I was fortunate enough to be invited to go on one after my diagnosis, which really helped. You go to the clinic, you get diagnosis, and then it's bye-bye. And you're left, my God, where do I go? What's wrong with me? What do I do? So I was invited along. It was a pilot scheme for a post-diagnostic course for 6 weeks. It was absolutely the best thing I did. It told me all about my diagnosis, what support was out there, where I could go for help. It was absolutely brilliant. Sadly, there's never been another one, not in Lancashire area. But because I've been at the Lancaster Memory Service, I've helped such a lot of people, we've had a lot of feedback, and I think the fact that I could take my own personal experience to the clinic has helped. Not just the person waiting for a diagnosis, but the families as well. That's how I met Bernie here. She came through the clinic, and actually we've become good friends since, so she sort of tags along with me now as we bounce off each other, don't we, Bernie? But since what I'm trying to say is, I think it's very, very important to get the awareness out there, to talk. I've done a big talk. I think there was 70 GPs that I spoke to and tried to get my message across, because they're the first people, I think, that we have to make aware of dementia. It's not a nice disease. I swear now, I bloody hate it. And I wish I didn't have it. But I don't suffer it, I live with it, and that to me is the difference. But I think you know, there is a life after diagnosis, and I truly believe that. And I think I have to write everything down. It's a pain sometimes, and sometimes even when I've written it down, I forget to look at it, so you know, what the hell. I use a lot of humour to get through, but that's personally my way of dealing with it. But I used to be embarrassed about saying I've got dementia. I'm not anymore. As I say, I live with it. Anyway, thank you for listening. That's a little bit about my story. And wait for the next chapter, I suppose. Thank you for listening.